I'm Phil. I'm Nilden.
I'm Raz.
I'm up Busty's ass.
I'm Brandon.
Slide jobs by the dozen out here.
Hello, this is Thomas.
Here. Pisser.
I'm John.
Sit down the back straight away for the final time.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
This is the Dirty Slider Podcast. Don't let a slider get your ass kicked. All right, welcome in Slider Nation to another podcast. This is episode 48, and I finally got that right because I've been screwing it up a bunch.
Even on old dog, you can learn a new trick.
Yeah. We got half a crew tonight. Phil is in Alaska on a cruise. Thomas is doing his chief ceremonies, I guess. I don't know what to call it. I'm not Navy.
It's Chief Week.
Yeah. And Brandon is in Los Wages doing safety guy stuff. So it's just going to be the three of us. So we thought we'd do something different. Not talk about any current events, any races or anything like that. Just talk about us. Kind of have a little bench racing session and get a
see where it goes.
See where it goes. This could go really well or really bad.
We will find out.
Yeah.
So my idea to start it off was basically, what got you started? What lit a fire in your belly about racing, dirt track racing, obviously, but I mean just racing in general. And before we get into that, I want John to move his big ass head and show off that spectacular background he's got behind him.
Look at that.
Yeah, buddy.
Look at that.
Dirty Sliders, baby.
He's getting fancy. He has old kids.
I am getting fancy.
That is almost professional.
My kids would tear that down.
It's a TV.
I know, they try to tear it all down.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It's okay.
So, who wants to go first?
Well, shit, I'll start us off.
Well, I think you're the newest one.
I am the newest, yeah. I am the newest. I mean, I've been around some form of racing for a while. My dad started off doing Baja 1000 stuff with some people he met up with. Went down there, and that kind of got the going fast and doing not smart things into my blood. And I was like, this sounds like a fun time. But then living in San Diego, I was not great at finding stuff. I should have found Cajon Speedway earlier, but once I finally realized it was there, it had been gone a year or two. But I wanted to go fast. I wanted to do something. So I actually found Irwindale Speedway up in L.A., unfortunately no longer with us. But they did their late model drive program. You could show up, you could pay and drive a late model up there. And I did that, and I was like, this is cool. I like going in circles and going as fast as I can. From there, they actually said, hey, well, you should come out on our Night of Destruction, get a little 4-banger front-wheel drive car. And we got 3 races. They did the Enduro, the skid plate, and figure 8 races. So I started doing those. But living in a townhouse, you don't really have a lot of places to store things. So I was going, renting a U-Haul trailer, hauling it up to Irwindale, racing their nights, which was awesome. I loved the place. But they were late nights. Then the bug hit me to look for tracks closer. And I found Verona.
That's out of LA traffic, huh?
It's out of LA traffic. It's a heck of a lot closer. It's a 45-minute drive from my house and not, an hour and a half, 2 hours, towing a car and all that. I looked at the wife and I said, hey, let's go check this place out. What's the worst that can happen?
The wife who's a saint.
Yeah, exactly. She is a saint because I still have a race car. And she let me she let me buy more than one race car and keep going. But the night we went up there, dwarfs were running, and John Isabella brought his dwarf back behind the stands and kind of let everybody look at it at intermission while the kids were doing their races. And I went down, I talked to him, awesome guy, Verona, and all the people at 99% of your racetracks, or 100% really. Just go talk to them. They'll answer any question you have. And that's what John did for me. I said, hey, I have a tiny little garage that I can keep a car in. And a dwarf car fit. So I went looking for a dwarf car. And the old saying, you don't know what you don't know, came into play. So being excited and finding a dwarf car that I could afford, I went out and got this little bugger. Now,
Ain't she a beaut, Clark?
Ain't she a beaut? She was probably older than I was, but that was my first car.
Isn't that the old Blackhawk Honda engine in that thing?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it was, as Raz said earlier, it was a heap. But it got me around the track. It definitely did not get me around the track fast.
No.
But it did get me around the track. And again, my wife, being a saint, she is more extroverted. So she threw on Facebook, hey, my husband's getting into racing this dwarf car thing. And does anybody know anything that could help? And Phil, Raz, yeah. Either Phil or Raz, or it may have been Neil, and I don't know. Somebody said, hey, yeah, we race dwarfs out there at Verona. Yeah, we'll help. Come on up to the shop in Carlsbad. That's when they had the shop. You guys had the shop up there in Carlsbad. I towed the thing up there, going to meet these people. I'm like, who knows? We may end up in the woods somewhere, or they may be great guys.
They may rob me.
They may rob me. Who knows?
Let's be honest. It was more of a sim racing parlor than an actual shop.
It was more.
There was a shop side. The only part that was air conditioned was the sim rig.
Yeah, there was definitely more sim racing going on, but there was stuff. Then you guys had everything, and you guys are great guys. I mean, I went up there the first night, and Phil and Raz spent 2-3 hours like, oh, we should fix this, let's fix that. I got some old tires you can use. Your drive shaft's got a big dent in it that I hadn't even seen. And they're like, hey, leave the shit here, we'll take care of it. I think the next week I went up and Phil had taken the drive shaft up to Oceanside and gotten it fixed for me. I'm like, dude, just great guys. So I'm like, these are some fun people. And just started racing with them. And hanging out at the shop and doing sim racing and all the other stuff we did.
We did a lot of sim racing.
We did a lot.
Before
of fun
iRacing
stuff.
was cool, we were cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you guys had the first sim racing rig that I'd ever seen, which was cool. You had that back there.
Custom built.
Recline. And, yeah, exactly.
And the track moved,
Yeah. And
fit all sizes.
Yeah, well, it had to for everybody that was coming up there.
3 TV setup? Or were we on 1 or 3 when you got there?
No, I think you had 3. You had the 3 when I met you guys. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't get the initials set up.
No. Yeah. And
what were they, Raz? Like 46s?
No, they were 32s. We had 3 32-inch TVs.
I swore they were bigger than
Vizios.
Yeah, exactly.
I swore they were bigger.
No, but it was cool, and Raz is like, hey, look up there on the shelf. There's a big old batch of a beverage you might like to drink at some point. So we had that going. We just started racing and having fun, and that was where that started. Then I realized
probably 7 years ago.
7. Probably 7 years ago, yeah. It was a long time ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was a minute.
It's been a minute, yeah.
We bruised some livers in that shop, too.
We did bruise some livers in that shop.
We bruised some livers and make some good money.
Yeah.
One thing we are good at. We are good at liver function testing.
So, yeah, those shit 6. Yeah, that was probably 7 years ago. I'm looking at my pictures again. So we realized that that little dwarf car wasn't going to cut it, and I needed to step up. So we stepped up to the next one, which I killed the picture of, but I have it on my Facebook. Hang on. So we stepped up to, I don't know if you'd call it stepping up, but we did step up to another dwarf car from that was in your second shop. That was Blossom Valley. We found that one. So we found
the race shop / airfield
yes,
/ dirt track.
yes, exactly. / dirt track / catapulting people off of golf carts, all kinds of
Hey, we
stuff.
didn't
Again,
catapult. We just zigged and they zagged.
bruised a lot of livers in that shop. Many occasions.
That one was a spleen on that one.
Yeah. So I bought this little truck. So it was a
Oh
step up.
yes. Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
It was a
definitely
leap up.
It was a leap up. Yes. So we got going on that, and the nice thing about this is I hurt my shoulder at work. I did actually hurt my shoulder. And ended up having rotator cuff surgery, but I still went to the shop every day. Sometimes work got done. Sometimes work didn't get done.
Liver got done.
I'd say it was 75-25 work didn't get done, but we got that on the track. And I started racing that. And that was good. I still did not fit in that little sucker because
I think the
I'm
only
a big
one that,
boy and dwarf cars are little.
I think the only one that was actually getting work done at the Blossom Valley shop was Nealon, because he was actually getting paid to do work.
He was actually getting paid to do work.
Hey,
yes.
I was getting more done when you guys helped. Or I should say when you were allowed to help.
I disagree. Because when we were there, we were messing. Yeah. So if you didn't notice, that thing was pretty short. So this is me leaning up against it. I mean, I'm 5'10", and I'm leaning on the top of this car. So when I got in this car, there was a little bump where my helmet would stick just through the top. So we eventually ended up putting 4
bubble?
inches on that. It was a gurney bubble, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
That would have been a plus bus, definitely, had I rolled it. Had I been going fast
There we
enough
go.
to roll it hard.
There's how we standard were at the Carlsbad shop.
Nice.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, that was about normal. He's just missing the Coors Light.
Yeah, he's looking for that 1/32 of an inch on this car.
Shit.
That
All the time.
That 54 Chevy is up on the lift, man. That thing kicked my ass.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. You actually had to work on that thing.
Dude, I did an engine swap on that thing. Swapped it over to small block Chevy. Completely bagged front and rear. Did a C-notch, like a huge C-notch in the back. It was like an 8-inch C-notch. That thing would lay frame.
Oh, yeah.
It was a fun project, man. But I put a ton of work on that thing.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Nealon's got something.
No, I found another picture for me.
Okay. So I raced that, 2 years I raced that one?
About right.
And, yeah, when you can't actually get into your race car and strap the belts yourself, it's too small. So I decided to go up to Pure Stocks. So I got myself a nice Pure Stock, courtesy of another slider here, Brandon Jacina. He was getting out of his
He wore
old
it
one.
out.
He'd worn it out. You've seen his new car. He didn't wear this one out as much as he's worn out his new car. But so there I am. There's my Pure Stock, the old number 32 still. Started life as a 79 Cadillac Seville. So it's a boat out there on the track,
Pimping
but
ain't
it's good,
easy.
solid American steel. Pimping ain't easy, exactly. It's good, solid American steel. It's taken a couple of hits, and I haven't been injured, knock on wood, but it's fun. It's fun getting out there to the
He's got a
track.
few more battle scars.
It's got a few more battle scars, but that's okay. It's nothing. Nothing JT's truck can't roll over and get back into shape. Hey,
That's the great
why
thing about steel.
So funny story about that. Last year before. Last year, last race of the season, I took a nasty hit to the rear driver's side door on the back. I mean, it caved that thing in. We took that thing off and we're beating on it with 4 pound, 9 pound. That good old American.
Everything.
Yeah, the American steel did not want to go back into shape. So we threw it out in the grass. JT drove his truck over it a few times. Good as new. Weld the sucker back on. We're good to go. um, so yeah, that's my racing story. I mean, I love racing, love going fast. The best part about it is, these guys, all the people at the track that I've met, and I've been in some disagreements with people on the track. We'll rub doors, but afterwards it's sitting around and having a good time and having a drink or two and just talking about racing.
Many a dirt track racer has used the old Goodyear English wheel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, whatever's quickest.
I can't tell you how many panels I've beaten out and rolled on and walked on and jumped on.
Yeah. Well, and you guys have seen JT. He's all of 110 pounds soaking wet. And he tried jumping on it, and it was like a trampoline. I think it shot him back up in the air further than he dented the thing.
That was a
Where did it go?
good time. I'm glad we reached out to you when Wendy posted. It has started a friendship that is still good to this day.
Yeah, I am too. And yeah, you guys are great. And if anybody ever reaches out, I've helped people at the track. We all have. We're racers on that quarter mile, and then once we get in the pits, hey, you need a wrench, you need a part, you need gas, you need whatever, we'll help you.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yep.
I got my start in the 70s. I was probably 10, 11
Oh, we're just going to
years
jump
old.
to you? I thought we were going to go in order. Fine,
Okay.
I see how it is.
Go for it.
Oh, I don't care. Go ahead.
No, go.
We'll save the best for last.
Oh,
That's why I'm telling you to go
the
now.
rest should definitely go last.
All right, well, we'll start with a picture from Christmas Day. Oh, shit. I'm going to say 94-ish. Sounds about right.
What were you, like 7?
Hey, I was 10-ish.
Oh, I was close.
You weren't far off. Oh, come on. Open. We're not experts. Where are we? I'm killing
can
it
do
over
it.
here. Look how good I'm doing. No, fuck.
Maybe we should have let Raz go.
Jesus.
I had it all, I swear.
Yeah. We're seeing that.
All the marbles dropped out.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Open the picture I want.
This is riveting video.
Riveting content.
I know. I don't
Riveting.
know why we don't
Riveting
have
to
more.
listen to. Why we don't have more teens of followers?
More listeners.
Half dozens of people are listening as we speak.
Wow. It won't. Oh, that's why it won't open that file. I found my problem.
That's not your problem.
I have lots of problems. So, my start came in Ocala, Florida. Hey, we're getting there, all right?
Thanks, John.
I couldn't see it. I'm still working. So, my start came in Ocala, Florida when my mom came home from work. Did you see the race car on the road? I'm like, no. What are you talking about? Look out the front window. Nothing. Go back to watch TV. There it goes again. What are you talking about? Go back, look. Nothing. Go back inside. Well, it was my neighbor in his, what we call a lightning sprint,
Nice.
tuning the carbs up and down the street.
Up and
So he'd rip by the window, go down to the end of the road, make a U-turn, rip back, pull it in the garage, tune it. 10 minutes later, pull it out, rip it again. So I kept missing them. But Christmas '94, I got that. That's me in a Florida rain with a rain jacket on and a bicycle helmet.
well,
That
safety
cart
first.
was a giant pile. It
What?
basically had a chainsaw carburetor.
Why does the movie Final Destination come to mind?
Yeah, so that thing was a blast for me to learn on. Because once I saw the race car, I ran across the street to my neighbor's house and introduced myself. Hi, I'm a dorky kid. I was probably 8 at that time. And, basically he took me under his wing. Make sure you can help me on these. Here, do this, grab that, do this, grab that. So that was awesome.
Here, scrub these tires.
Yeah. Help me wash it, etc. Cover the carburetors. Don't do this, don't do that. Yeah, here you go.
Good
Oh,
God.
nice shade.
Hey, gotta be aerodynamic. You're in a go-kart, right? You're going fast.
Were you wearing that same helmet when you got your current haircut?
Very similar, very similar. It was similar. So we ended up taking that one. I'd gone to the track a few times with my neighbor with his lightnings and whatnot. And then one Christmas he picked that up and brought it to me and gave it to my mom and snuck it over to the house. It was in the front driveway and stuff like that. And it was one of those, all right, now I get to go racing. Well, the fun thing was, we didn't know nothing about nothing.
Didn't even know what you didn't know.
Right.
Oh, for sure. Had no idea. Here we go. Here was one of the cars I actually crew chiefed on with him. And I love this car. Because it has all the bad jujus on it.
Oh my God. Green, number 13.
13 and green.
You can't see the hood. That's a giant boiled peanut, the entire hood.
Did you have a $50 bill taped to the dash too?
I think we did. I think we did. Or at least in his pocket for sure. It was one of those. We don't get his number initially when I met him was 99. And then people were giving him crap about something. He's like, I don't care. I'm not scared of any of it.
God.
So we put all those juju on it.
Gives me the shivers looking at it. I'm like,
So that there is a Bailey chassis. This was when they were doing upright seats. And if you look at the motor, it's actually in the center like a 360 or 410 Sprint. So they're trying to get more weight higher to get more roll onto the right rear. I remember this chassis a lot. We did a lot of races with that, won a lot of races, placed well with that car. And now he has moved on to... Let me open this up. It'd be really nice if I had 2 screens. Make this a whole lot easier. There we go. That's his current car that he races when he feels like.
nice.
So it's actual midget, 4-cylinder midget, etc. At the same go-kart track that I used to race at. It's Bullring in Ocala, Florida.
Tell him to go to Chili Bowl.
Is where I started.
Yeah.
He goes to Knoxville every year.
Tell him to go to Chili Bowl.
Oh, he ain't there. I don't doubt he would make the trip.
He wouldn't be the biggest pile of crap there, but not by far.
This is true. He's a decent wheelman, but he's also getting a little higher there. Doesn't fight with the kids anymore.
Yeah.
I thought I had one more picture of him
I
here.
guarantee he won't be the oldest guy there either.
Oh, this is for sure. Because there's that one guy that they made him cut his chassis. What was it, last year?
Robert Bell, yeah.
He had to cut his chassis and put a bigger thing on it.
He put I swear it looks like an IMCA front bumper on the top of his cage that for a halo.
Yeah, very close. And then here we go. So that was the next chassis I had, which we had an actual race motor on. That's my nephew that just got married last year. Lay down seat and everything. I burned my arm on the freaking muffler on that thing a couple times. And I think it was an old Shadow chassis. That thing was actually pretty fun. Had a few good nights in her. And I think I got one more good picture. That's all I got. Let me see. There you go. Hey, notice the shades are gone, the helmet's gone. You know,
No, yeah.
we've learned.
Final
We're going
destination
faster.
2.
We don't need those.
We're not going really fast. We're just cruising.
We die like men.
So I mean, most of my racing was in karts. Got in the Lightnings ran I think once, and got out of it probably 17ish. You know, when I was paying for my parts, paying for my fuel, paying to fix my Jeep I was off road, and paying for that. Then my cart got stolen from the house, and that basically just was the nail in the coffin. I was there with my cart, my motor, chassis, everything. I knew where the sumbitch was at, but I couldn't break the door down because, I'm not a cop. So that basically took me out of it for quite a while now. And then, let's see, from that, moved out here to San Diego. And I was part of a biker club called Bikers Against Child Abuse. And we went up to Verona one night, and this guy got on the mic with the announcer, was talking this, that, and the other. And he's like, "Oh yeah, we got some special here in the stands tonight. Want to give a big thanks, blah 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 blah." And he thanked the Bikers Against Child Abuse. We're like, "What? Huh?" Well, one of our former members was helping Phil and Raz at the shop, and I told him that we were there. So I was like, "Oh well, hell, we gotta go down there and say something." So I'm, 2 or 3 sheets to the wind already. Stagger my ass all the way across from the grandstands all the way to the pit, back to the asphalt pads that we used to pit on, or the concrete. Meet him. "Oh yeah, I used to work on race cars, this, that, and the other." Toot my own horn a little bit. "Oh, y'all need help? Sure, come by the shop anytime." "All right, where's it at?" "Jimmy will tell you." "All right, cool." I leave, go about my night. These guys are like, "Yeah, there goes another one. Look at that drunk ass."
Right.
All talk, no walk, baby.
Yeah.
And
It was the next day you were at the shop, wasn't it?
No, I didn't show up on Sunday. It was the next week though. I came by
Couldn't
on
show
like
up on
Tuesday.
Sunday. He was hungover.
I was younger then. I can handle it easier. I think it was a Tuesday. And I called Jeremy. I was like, "Where are these guys at? Like, there's no doors open." He's like, "Doors should be open. They're there." But I'm like, "They're not here." He goes, "Oh, they might have left." So he gave me Phil's number. I called him, and he's like, "Wait, you're there?" "Yeah, where are you guys at?" "Oh, it's 3 o'clock. We went home." "Oh, okay. I guess I'll need to get here earlier." Showed up, I think, the very next day, maybe a couple days after that, and started earning my keep at the Carlsbad shop.
So that shop was in the back of a huge industrial building.
Mm-hmm.
That we made a sweetheart deal with the building owner to help him work on his cars, and we got a really cheap rent. And so we no sign, no phone, word of mouth only. We're working on, hot rods and race cars and whatever. Just
Whatever you wanted to work on.
Yeah, basically just me and Phil.
Yeah.
Most of the customers Phil brought in that were his old customers from when he worked at a carburetor shop up the street. So yeah, it was just this little hole that if you didn't know where you were going, you weren't going to find it.
You weren't finding it now.
which was great.
Yeah, kept it under the radar. Big tall ceilings, plenty of storage, little office that we finally air conditioned after a long time because we got a sim rig.
Yeah,
That helped these guys out, and I've been everywhere. I've been everything from Verona to all over Baja. Got a couple race wins down there with a few teams as a crewman. Trying to get back down there again. Got a couple people that want me to come down there with them and give them a hand. So I've been a racer at heart forever. So I mean, dirt track's my blood. I like watching asphalt. I wouldn't mind driving asphalt. It just seems like they tear shit up a little heavier than we do. They clip the wall and the body falls off. So,
yeah. Or you could be Tony Stewart in a top fuel car, clip the wall, and get a concussion.
yeah, well, yeah. His wife's going back in next year.
Yeah.
They already announced that
To his credit,
before the wreck.
that was not his fault.
Yeah. And to his credit, he has already added another different style championship to his impressive resume already.
Yeah, he won the regular season NHRA championship this year. So,
and if they're not careful, he's going to have the full championship.
So that means he's champion in Top Fuel, champion in Winston Cup. I don't think he ever won a championship in Xfinity or whatever the hell, O'Reilly. I'm always going to call it Busch Grand National forever.
Right.
I know he didn't win a championship in trucks. Won IndyCar regular season championship. Well, it wasn't even regular season back then. It was just championship.
Yeah.
One of 5 or 6 Triple Crown winners in USAC, which, if you don't know, that means he won championship in midgets, sprint cars, and the big ones, champ cars. So all disciplines there. He won the 4 Crown Nationals, which is same thing. He won 3 different features in one night.
Yep.
Chili Bowl champion. God, I don't know what else I'm missing.
All-Star Circuit champion.
Yeah.
I'm looking at his page. I wish they'd reduce it down a little easier to read. They have by year, and it's a scroll fest.
Track owner.
Did he take the SRX one year? I can't remember.
I don't know. Anyway, we're getting off topic, but
Are we? Because there is no topic.
yeah. So, like I said, I got the racing bug in the 70s. My dad, for years, built Motel 6s. So we would finish one Motel 6 and we would move on. So we moved all around the country. And he was building a Motel 6 in Clarksville, Tennessee. And I was 10, 11 years old probably. And we went as spectators. And the first time we went, they got through hot laps and it rained out. So the next week we went back out. They got through half the heat races and it rained out. The third time they actually got the show in, and all 3 nights there was this guy, I don't remember his name, but I'll never forget the car. It was a red Mustang, and he was wearing the concrete wall out, like just rubbing all the paint off of it, as we're going on. And come to find out, he was drunk. I'm like shit-faced. They ended up, they black flagged him. He wouldn't leave the track. They ended up having to roll a tow truck out there to block his car in, pulled him out, arrested him, drug him off in handcuffs. I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. And so
This is awesome.
that was my first time spectating, and I was like, this is cool. And my dad was big into dirt track racing. I don't know how old I was the first time, but I have a vivid memory of standing up in a race car holding onto a roll bar while my dad was loading it on a trailer. So you think about,
Yep.
how little a
Yeah.
kid I had to have been. Like I said, I don't remember how old I was, but it had to have been young. I mean, we're probably talking 4 or 5 years old. Then I was 16 years old. We went to the World Outlaw show at Santa Maria Speedway, and we met some people out front that my dad knew that were racing in the World Outlaws race. They were from the same hometown I was from, and he stops and he's talking to them. Hey, great to see you. Blah blah. Blah. How you guys think you're gonna do? Well, we got a chance. So he asked me. He says, "Do you want to go into pits with them?" And the driver was Jimmy Island, and it was his father and his cousin and family friends all helping out on his car. And sponsored by Dick Woodland, and my dad had been friends with Dick Woodland for a few years, and that started a friendship between him and my dad. Well, I'm nearly the same age as the Woodland brothers. There's 3 of them, and I kind of fall, pretty much right in the middle of their. And so, I got into a friendship with them that lasts to this day. Consider them good close friends. So I've been friends with those guys for 45 years. Good Lord.
Yeah, that's payback for your comment earlier.
So went into the pits, and it was, like I said, it was a full-on World Outlaw show, and I will never forget, I was standing on an infield tire, and Santa Maria had these big, huge implement, like earth mover tires that were laying on their side, and I was standing on one of them, and they're racing. Well, these tires were not at the edge of the track. They were quite a ways back. They were probably 75, 80 feet off the corner, and Sammy Swindell started cutting that corner all the way into those tires, and I'm standing on this tire, and he's going by, I don't know, 80, 90 miles an hour, 3 feet away from me. It's like, this is fucking cool.
And we're talking about Final Destination what?
Yeah. Yeah. I could have reached out and touched the wing. They finally red flagged the race and walked down, and this is obviously before race years, walked down the line and told every one of the drivers, you do that again, we're loading you up. Stay on the racing surface. To which, Sammy was like saying, well, hey, it's all racing surface, right?
Didn't you see me racing down there?
It is till it isn't.
And it was unprepared surface. It was dry. It was dusty. It had grass on it. And he was down there just motoring the inside and was moving forward. And we didn't take long before, several guys saw him do it. And, they're dropping down there with him like, hey, he's going to do it. I'm going to do it.
If it's going to work, I'm going.
And this was back when Sammy was the man. It was the number 1 old Milwaukee car. And Steve Kinzer was there in the 11. I seem to think it was the Quaker State car. It might have been, I don't know which year it was, but those guys were going at it. You want to talk about 2 titans of the sport? They were putting it on. Well, anyway, Jimmy Island, the local guy that I was helping out, actually ran pretty good the first night. It was a 3-day show, and so yeah, we won the feature first night. And I say we, what am I doing? I'm like, hey, here's your wrench. I'm 16 years old. I don't know which end of a sprint car makes noise and which one you put fuel in. But I'm down there. I'm with it. So we went to a pizza joint afterwards, and it's like all the pits are there. It's one of the cool things. I wish more tracks would do it. They were a track sponsor, so everybody went there after the races, and so we're in there, and it's a party. Well, we're the winners, so we're talking the most crap, and holding up trophies, and people are buying us beers. And by the way, at 16 years old, I'm drinking beers. Anyway, met my first pit lizard that night, and took that to its final destination. So yeah, that pretty much hooked me on that sport. I still to this day, I think a 410 wing sprint car is one of the coolest things to ever be on the planet. So yeah, that hooked me bad. I was just in from then on. Then life happened, graduated high school, moved on. I went to Northern California. My dad and I kind of had a falling out where we weren't speaking. And then I ended up moving back down to Lompoc, which is right near Santa Maria, and reconnected with my dad, and we, became really good friends. It was more than a father-son relationship. We were really tight. And he comes to me one day and he says, I'm spending your inheritance. I'm like, oh yeah? On what? And he goes, I bought a race car. And so that was this one here. I am slightly more prepared than Neilden is. Nope, not that one. See, I go and talk shit now.
Hey, at least
there
you
you go.
got a
There you go
picture.
talking shit.
So that was a 1969 Cougar that we got from Bob Perry.
That you met at the Pit Lizard?
No, and the Bob Perry won the track championship and won this car, and then sold it to my dad. Got everything but the motor, and so my dad built a 351 Cleveland and put in the thing. And we never could get that thing to turn. It was the tightest race car anybody has ever seen. And it was one of the coolest inheritances that ever got blown. I held zero ill will of my dad. Like, yeah, cool, we got a race car. Yeah. And I became heavily involved and started actually learning about race cars. This was a hobby stock at Santa Maria Speedway, and this thing is more stock than the pure stocks that are running today. This thing was stock. Which might have been why we couldn't get it to turn. But this eagle on the side, if you recognize it, is the Winston Eagle. And nearly everybody on the team was a smoker besides me, including my dad. And they smoked and turned in enough Winston cigarette tops or labels or whatever to get free Winston jackets in this same scheme. Black jackets, red accent.
That's
with a big,
cool.
with the
That's
big,
when marketing was done right.
big eagle down the side of it. So that's where the name Raz Barlow comes from. I guess I've got to tell that story while we're here. I have a French last name that's hard to pronounce, and Jim Pluhar, the track announcer, kept screwing it up. He would mispronounce it when Dad was on the track, and it was pissing my dad off. So my dad, I'm going to fix his wagon. On the driver card, he wrote Razzmatazz Eustace Barlow Jr. So that's how Jim Pluhar had to say it. And he still screwed it up. And then the other thing my dad did was he put My Dixie across the back of the race car. And this is called playing the long con, because Jim Pluhar kept calling the race car My Dixie. And then 6 or 7 races into the season, Dad hits the wall, and Jim Pluhar says, "Well, it looks like my Dixie wrecked." Which was
That is a long con.
that was the whole joke. Yeah. That's why my dad put it on there. Dad was a character. He showed up. He welded a hitch to the back of a white Lincoln stretch limousine and hooked the race car trailer to it. And this thing was long. It was not your little short limousine. This thing was stretched. And he stops that bitch on the front stretch, gets out. He's wearing a white top hat and tails, pimp cane, the whole 9 yards. So this character that my dad was, he became Raz Barlow. That's what everybody talked about. Oh, Raz. So then, because he was junior, I became Raz Barlow III, and obviously with my dad passing, that I took that name on, and still use it today because everybody at the racetrack knows me as Raz, and plus it's to honor my dad. So that once he passed, I started driving the hobby stock. Did okay. Won some races. Did all right. like I said, that thing would not turn. Would not turn. The thing was tighter than a bowstring. So I would just drive it down in the corner, stomp the brake, get it to turn, and just use the 351 Cleveland muscle to come up out of the corner. After that, did a little modified racing, did a little late model racing. I don't have any pictures from that, but and that was early 90s. Just got away from the racing altogether. Helped crew for Dave Schuyler, buddy of mine, for a little while. Then moved down south, moved down to LA, then to Orange County, then to Oceanside, then down to San Diego proper, and just had gotten away from races. Couldn't afford a race car, couldn't get a new one, and once decided to go out to Verona and start helping out there. I was a corner worker, waving a flag. Just like, hey, I'm doing something to be involved in racing. And the dwarf car, they had a gal driving it, and they weren't real happy with how she was doing. And let's see, was this one here, 1934 Ford Vicky with a Yamaha R1 engine in it. And I don't know how well you can see, I barely fit in that car. You see my leg angle there. This did not have the extended footwell that a lot of dwarf cars have now. That is pretty much the position I drove in, was with my legs like that. It had a foot operated clutch, which I could never get in time.
Sucks.
I could never get that clutch in time when it would spin to not snub the motor. You just can't get to it quick enough. Yeah, it was a bucket of bolts. Triple E car that Judy Pappas had for a long time. She was a well-known lady around Verona Speedway. She ran staging for years, was pretty much kept all drivers in fear. I had a lot of fun with that car. Never won a thing. I think I won a heat race and maybe a B main, but never won a feature. And then one night we were up there for, I can't remember if it was a test and tune or if I was running hot laps, and the right front shock broke and put me in the wall down in turn 3. So I tore the whole right front corner off the thing, and I'm like, screw it, I'm going home. And Phil and another buddy who was racing four bangers, pony stocks, he like, don't you have any spares? I'm like, I'm not even worried about it, man. I'm just gonna load up and go home. I'll fix the thing at home. They're like, no, you're getting back in this race. So non-consensually, they fixed my race car and got me back out there. And
lots of non-consensual things have happened in this group. I'm just saying.
Yes.
At the time, Phil was racing. I can't remember what he called it, because he names every race car he's got. It was an old hot rod dwarf. No, not a hot rod. It's dwarf car company of Arizona car, and it was a 34 Ford coupe, and we turned into a friendship, really good friendship. I consider Phil to be one of my closest friends today. Then I got out of that and became race carless again, and was just helping Phil. And that's how I met Brandon and Neilden and John, and even Thomas was, through the association there. We just kind of all melded together. And then somewhere in that same process, I reconnected with the Woodlands and started going to Chili Bowl every year, running the midget, not driving, helping out, as far as crew. So that's pretty much it. That pretty much catches me up. I remember Neilden showing up at the shop and going, "Good God, this guy will never shut up." And he's the loudest human on the planet.
Have you met my son lately? Or my daughter?
He'd have to go someday.
They don't fall far from the tree. They don't fall far from the tree. But
I will say this about every one of us sliders. I have no doubt that any one of you guys would give me the shirt off your back, or if I made a phone call at 2:00 in the morning, the question would only be, do I bring the shovel or not?
Right.
Shovel or pew pew? What am I bringing?
And that goes beyond goes beyond our Dirty Sliders group. There's some other friends that are not involved in this podcast that we're still pretty ride or die with.
Yep.
Which we met Brandon the same way. He was struggling with his race car when he had that Camaro, and we're like, bring it up to the shop. We'll help you out. Which was more Neilden and Phil, if I remember correctly. I didn't do much on it.
That was a mixed bag of nuts.
Yeah, that's how Thomas came in too. We had our other friend Roy. He was trying to do a track days for veterans thing on his that old Caprice he drug out from Pennsylvania. And that was, Thomas got in and he's like, oh, his dad's a racer and he can tell his story, but he just blended with the group and he's still around. So
yeah, we adopted him.
That was fun. We adopted him. Yeah, he's off trying to be Navy boy. Yeah, I think, what did he say? It's their last chief function, so they're off getting drunk somewhere and see which chief stands last, and they get to pin him.
I think it's the pinning ceremony tonight, or am I wrong?
No, the ceremony's like the one we went to. I think they're just doing some function tonight. I don't know. Who knows?
Liver function test?
Liver function test, exactly. We're going to put $1,000 on the tab. If you fall over, you're not getting your pin tomorrow. No.
Yeah, don't be the first one to pass out in that crowd.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Man, as far as I can think, we've only had one person that's come into the group that's been excommunicado.
Yes.
I mean, pretty much everyone else we've taken in that's showed up.
Why am I drawing a blank? Who are we talking about?
Did you leave the door open?
Yeah.
Huh?
You leave the right side door open after we made an 8-hour drive?
Right, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. He's so excommunicado, you've forgotten.
Oh, I think I blocked it out of my brain.
We block out trauma. It's okay.
I worked so hard on that car. Oh, my God.
Oh, you busted your ass forever. I mean, you basically built the thing, and I gave you a little help here and there.
My favorite thing at one of my favorite things at the Blossom Valley shop is watching Raz cut out the air cleaner on that person's hood that he just got recently powder coated for how many thousands of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
And Raz just going, oh, look at all the nice powder coating. He's just...
Yeah.
Yeah. Powder coated all the body panels, and they looked so wavy. They looked like a cheese pizza from the heat whenever they got baked. It's like, oh, God. But it sure was pretty.
Well, it was
pretty.
Until it went on the trailer.
Yeah.
That poor chassis. That's a car I felt bad for.
He's still on it.
No mechanical sympathy.
He's still on that same chassis, isn't he?
Yeah. It ain't straight, I'm sure.
Oh, it's been rebuilt at least 3 times. I know David Tevis put a front clip on it.
Yeah, I mean, they may have bent that thing back into shape. I don't know. It was real pretty when it left.
Yeah, and I made sure all the wire. I mean, I didn't just do the wiring. I did the wiring neat. I mean, I laid out everything.
Oh yeah,
routed everything. It was.
Oh, it was gorgeous.
Yeah,
it looked like a professional deal.
Yeah,
you took pride in that one.
Yeah, I was trying.
But it's all right. I like our group without the excommunicado.
Yeah, we're having a great time. He's having a great time. It's all working out.
It's all good.
We're fine.
Yep.
So dirt track. John has a little bit of asphalt ish.
I got a little bit. Nah, not a lot. You know, when you take the rear tires off your front wheel drive car and bolt on rims with 1/4 inch steel plating on the bottom.
Hey, I did that race at Irwindale one time, the skid plate race.
Did you?
Well, me and Bobby, when we were working with Dave Stahl on the radio show, we would go up
Yeah.
and cover Irwindale races, and we're down in the pits interviewing this guy, and he's like, "You got a helmet?" I'm like, "I got a helmet and a fire suit." He said, "Come on out next week. We'll put you and your wife in the car." And my wife didn't want to do it, but I got that thing, and I tell you what, that's some of the most fun I've ever had.
It was pretty fun doing that. And you just sideways and, oh, okay, I guess we're going this
Well,
way.
And every once in a while, you just went, "Woo, woo!"
Yeah, like I say, it's a lot more fun to go fast in a slow car than slow in a fast car.
Yeah,
Right.
And I'll tell you what, I don't know how drunk that guy was who decided, "Hey, let's weld some steel plates on the rear wheels," but
But he's a smart cookie.
Hey,
We'll take it.
this is a good idea.
it was pure chaos.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, they had the enduro, which is, you know, that was a race. You actually had to have some talent. You had all 4 tires. The figure 8, you just had to have huge balls. And then the skid plate, just hang on, have fun.
I thought I was going to
Mostly,
I thought I was going to have an advantage of skid plate racing because of my dirt experience. No, it does not translate.
no.
There's
Well, I thought the same.
no side bite; it's all slip.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I'm like, oh, I've driven on ice before. It's fine. No, like you say, once it snaps hard sometimes, and you're like, oh, there's 6 spins before you even know it.
Well, and there's no consistency, and I think it's once the metal heats up, it gets slicker.
Yeah.
I don't know whatever it was, but the car changed. It's like, oh my god, here we go.
Yeah, and
Ground.
when I was doing it, they used to have kind of like it was a triangle, like you'd go down the front stretch a little and around a pole on the back, and then they decided to make it chicane on the front stretch, so you couldn't just go down the front stretch and kind of ride the little bank. You actually had to turn, and that got real chaotic.
It was a great way to get a ride on the Plus Bus. I'm surprised more people didn't get hurt.
Yeah, me too.
Well, lucky you don't generally get going very fast, right?
No, you can't, because if you get any kind of speed at all, you'll loop it out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no shit 25, 30 mile an hour race probably.
Yeah, it's the
But sounds like
figure
a
8.
blast.
Yeah, it's the figure 8 that I'm surprised more people didn't get just
Oh, yeah.
destroyed. I did see one car get upside down there, but that was it, really. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, they used to do that. Orlando Speed World used to have that all the time.
Yeah.
The Night Destruction, with the trailer race and all that stuff. And
Yeah, see? And that's the one thing I still want to do out here is I want to get a double-decker and go up to Paris and do that.
Dude, Cajon used to have this thing where they called it train racing. So you had a big car out front,
Yep.
then 2 small cars chained to the back of it, and the guy in the back.
And not chain tight.
No, they would just so you could do this, and the guy in the back had the only brakes on that car, and the guy in the front had the gas, and then they would do the figure 8 with that thing, and you could see there was the guy in the back looking at somebody coming out and like, go.
You got to be real good friends.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah. You don't want to piss the driver off before you get out in that race.
He just parks it.
Just, well, motor must have shut off. Sorry, bud.
Yeah. Santa Maria did this thing.
She's kind of purdy.
Santa Maria did this thing. They call it cruiser racing, and it was basically pure stocks. And the driver had the steering wheel and the brake, and the passenger had the gas. Well, that was all well and good till you had guys like me who would just say, "Mat it, I got this."
I think Neilton and I have done that in a golf cart at one.
I said we're good.
Yeah, I told my buddy,
Let's
I
go
said,
through the greenhouse.
just hold it on the floor no matter what happens. Just hold it on the floor. And I was basically, I probably wore the brakes out of that thing, but I was basically modulating it with a brake and a steering wheel. And then, like I said, a few guys who had enough experience to know what they were doing, we started doing that, and we actually had some races. And we were all doing the same thing. Just mat it.
Yeah, but
You hold it
like
wide
I
open, I'll deal with the rest.
Yeah, like I said, when we did that one time on the golf cart, and Neilton's like, "Let's go through the greenhouse." Nobody'd ever been in that greenhouse. We didn't know what was hanging across the freaking way.
Send it.
Just talk about Final Destination. I figured we were all three losing our heads that day.
Homeless guy put up a clothesline.
Ah, jeez.
That poor golf cart. It was good to us.
It was good to us.
Yeah, let's just
Unfortunately, we never got the smart car going good.
let's just hope John Cramp never watches this.
You think he was any better than the thing?
Well, I don't think it was long after that.
John Cramp has zero mechanical sympathy. I don't know if you've ever seen him in a
No.
race car.
Oh, I have. I had to fix it.
Yeah, so you and I fixed it the same night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I
think it
will
was
say
long
this.
after that John took the golf cart back to the house. The golf cart
The wife
left
wanted it for the
Blossom
farm.
Valley.
Yeah,
Miraculously.
Jennifer's like, "Where's my golf cart?"
Uh,
Yeah, John flipped that dwarf car, and he introduced a first for me. It's the first time I've ever used a soldering iron to repair a race car.
yeah. I told you we could fix it. We did. Other than, the secondary throttle blades.
Was it that or the
Yeah, it's stuck closed.
TPS or something? It was something we missed for sure.
It was the lower throttle blades.
They
We
were
had the uppers working, but the lowers weren't working.
they were stuck or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they weren't connected anymore. They went open, so you
he-
could only get like half throttle.
He launched the injectors off the car.
Yeah. I mean, the throttle cable held them on.
Yeah.
Kept them
I
attached.
knew where they were.
None of the wiring.
Yeah, let's not forget he did that because he was mad at a guy.
Yeah, he was trying to take a shot at him.
Yeah.
And he had that real funky setup where it was super soft right rear.
Yeah.
That big body shock with a super soft. And he just pitched her in there, and she said, "Loop."
Nope.
All right. On that note, we better draw it to a close before we confess to any felonies.
That's why I was checking the date.
Yeah, statute of limitations is up on this one.
Yeah, we're good on that one. We're good on that one. Oh, we can't tell that story yet.
John, you have the great background.
What-
Tell us about our socials.
Socials, we got Dirty Sliders on Facebook. We have Dirty Dot Sliders on Instagram and at Dirty Sliders on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it nowadays. Visit our Patreon, patreon.com/Dirty Sliders Podcast. Buy a shirt, comment, get a shirt. We got shirts.
Yeah, you can support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month.
$1.
$1, $1. You spend more than that on coffee. And then we really appreciate all the likes and subscribes and comments. We never did get a vote on our Dirty Slider last week.
No, do we just want to vote on it here?
Sure. Who you got?
What was it? We had Caleb with the, and then Gage. Yeah, Gage on track. And didn't we nominate Bowman's Pit Crew for that debacle?
God, it's not even close. Bowman's Pit Crew.
Bowman's Pit
It's-
Crew.
Well, yeah. Now that he's not in the playoffs anymore, yeah, let's go with that one. I agree.
Especially because he's not in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, there you go. We'll put that on Alex's page tomorrow.
Here we go.
So we put it on Goodyear for this week. Catching what? 4 cars on fire?
Was that Goodyear or was
Oh,
that the
Yeah.
insulation in the door?
It was the
Well, it's
rubber
just that
building up.
rubber coming off. Yeah.
Wow.
Because
I
it
just
never
don't
got in
understand
the
the-
track. It was just balling up.
Yeah, I
will
just
say-
never understood why they let Josh Berry just burn and
Yeah.
like go put the freaking
No
fire
caution.
out.
Yeah, he gets out and it was like the opening to the Black Sabbath song.
Well, like
Yeah.
on the radio, it was fire aid first, and then we'll fix it. Fire aid first. Like,
Yeah,
let's
and
put
then
the
it
fire
never
out.
came.
Oh wait, this ain't going out.
Oh,
Oh
speaking
shit, there's more fire.
speaking of radio, did you hear Ryan Blaney's radio where his like
His nephew or
6-year-old
whatever?
nephew gets on the radio?
Yeah.
Win this race,
Hey,
Uncle
Ryan.
Ryan.
Go away this way. And
Yeah, go
Mom,
away.
get him off the scanner.
Mom, can you take the radio away from Bodie?
I was just sitting there going, at least it's under caution.
Yeah, no, that was awesome.
I mean, what better time to say something?
All right. Oh, I laughed so hard during this one. Thanks, guys.
I think Ryan could have come back to him better than that one now.
Yeah, I'm
You
trying.
know what, Bodie? Since you said it so, we're going to go do that.
Yeah, I was just gonna
I
ride.
need you to tell me what to do.
I was just gonna ride here, but since you said something, let's go win.
Let's go do it.
Heck of an idea. Let's go.
All right. Good night, guys.
All right. See ya.
Later, guys.